Hey guys, welcome to today's podcast, Music 101, Cloud Over Talent. Today I'm gonna be your host, I'm Pubin, and my co-host, Carol.
Hello.
And we have two other members here, which is Glory
Hi.
and Kevin.
Hi.
So, without further ado, is the music industry shaping a generation of useless people?
In this podcast, we'll be talking about how social media has impacted the music industry.
So let's dive into the topic. Why do people make stupid reels and videos?
Okay, I think this is definitely something that everyone's been talking about nowadays. People are saying, oh, social media is making people post stupid things. Social media is making really dumb things go viral, and they're blaming our generation for it too. They're like, "Oh, this is the making of Gen Z." And then they show these really dumb videos of people doing stupid things, and then they're like, "This is Gen Z and nothing else." When there have been so many stuff that's mindless that's existed before Gen Z, right? Like look at
Mm,
MySpace era. That's when Jeffree
Mm.
Star was a star. And remember all the content that he produced? Exactly. So it's not a Gen Z
It,
thing.
it, it was it was just like shock values and stuff.
Yeah, and I think like stupid videos like that, they went like viral because like people actually like it. People actually like to watch it. People enjoy seeing dumb stuff on the internet. Sometimes like people just want to laugh. And I don't actually think that it's a bad thing.
Mm,
yeah, because nowadays people like to seek for entertainment in any kind of form. Like if you just get back from school, campus, college, or work, you just want to rest your mind and your body because you're very tired. And then where do you go first? Of course, social media, right? Yeah, or that or either your bed. Yeah, it's just one sort uh a form of refreshment.
So why do musicians make cringe videos to get clout? Because that's a little iffy to me, to be honest. Like, for an example, this TikToker, actually she's a musician now. She has decent music. Her name is Lauren Gray. So she started out her career as a celebrity on TikTok, right? She posts dumb videos, like really, really dumb videos. I'm talking about dumb videos, like 5-second videos of her doing the most ridiculous shit. Like there were one video where she jumped into this ball pit. Like it's more of like a skinny dipping kind of situation, but she was wearing skimpy bikini and stuff, and it had like 25 million views. 25 million views we're talking. And then she
Oh
kickstarted
god.
yeah, and then she started posting videos like that over time to gain clout and to get the attention. And then boom, she suddenly had a music video. Out of nowhere, she had a music video. Not only that, not only her, but also Addison Rae. Her music career basically flopped, but that is how she started out as well. So a lot of musicians are actually using this tactic.
do you think
Yeah.
these people want to do music and then they do all these things to get fame to do music, or they just happen to do stupid things and then they get famous and they're like, "Oh, maybe I can use this money to make music." Which one do you think it is?
The
Do you think
second
they
one.
start out wanting to do music?
No, the second one.
All right, but I get what you mean that they do non-music related things and then boom, they're musicians. But then again, like you could say that it's kind of necessary in this day and age because I guess with you know how they say social media is decreasing our attention spans, everything is like snap, 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 otherwise people will get bored. So I guess I sort of see why they would do that. Otherwise you can't capture people's attention.
Mhm.
Yeah, because nowadays you can really get famous just by your talent yourself. Like if you thought that alone will get you to success, then you're sorely mistaken lah. No, just you need to make yourself unique to differentiate yourself from the others. It's sad, but it's the fact. That's just how it is work now.
So, I actually do agree to the point, and even I've witnessed this firsthand. Wait, do you guys know this TikToker? His name is Dr. Benji. Do you guys know him?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Really? Wait, is that famous TikTok guy that actually makes videos like that? Like,
That sounds like every TikTok guy on the internet.
okay, no, okay, wait. He is really, really famous, and I'm quite surprised that you guys don't know him. But he's famous for, for the looks and that
Mm-hmm.
shock values. So Dr. Benji is basically a dentist from Malaysia. He's a local dentist from Cheras. He started out his career on TikTok basically by posting educational and factual stuff about dentistry, which was really good because I mean, you don't have to Google things about your teeth and like what is wrong with my teeth. You don't have to do that. You can just watch these videos and you can just like get the information, which was really, really good. But then, as soon as he started getting the cloud and the views and the followers, he sort of strayed away from his actual identity and originality as sorry.
What do you mean?
Um, from educational stuff, he's now doing memes and basically um, showing off the skin and your bunch of things for shock values.
Oh, like the dancing that you're talking about.
Yeah, he basically shakes his butt and stuff like that.
I think this is something we definitely see in a lot of things, not just TikTok. Like when people start to get fame, they start diluting their message to reach a wider audience, right? And
Mm.
and this is a problem because like after a little while you lose your sense of originality that made people follow you in the first place. And
Hmm.
sure, like people will start you will get more followers because people like the way you look or people like the shock value or the sex appeal, but after a while it stops being followers that actually enjoy your content that reflect who you are as a person and your identity as a content creator, right? So this is definitely an issue that exists nowadays, especially because of social media.
Also, that he is now signed under a recording label, which is it's actually it's a multi talent management, but still I'm just questioning why is he under a recording label.
Is in a music label?
Yeah, it's a music
Does he
label.
sing?
No, girl, he
Then what
just
does he
lip
do?
syncs. He just lip syncs to music on TikTok. He doesn't act, he doesn't sing, he doesn't do modeling
Wait, what
on
music label is this?
Rocket Fuel.
Rocket Fuel?
Yeah.
What did Sorry, I'm just Googling what they do. The first thing that came up in Google is rocket propellant is the reaction of mass of a rocket.
I also do have a fair share of an experience where I have experienced this, where I actually was looking for a recording label to get signed because I want to kickstart my career in the music business. So I was just going through a lot of recording labels and I stumbled upon Yuna Records. And I love Yuna, and I thought that they would appreciate art. But as I went for the meeting and I saw in one of their contract form, the first thing that was stated was how many followers do you have on Instagram. So they don't really ask like what kind of records do you make, how many records do you have. None of it. It's basically about your stats and like numbers. Yeah, which was
Kind
a little confusing to me because are you looking for talent or are you looking for the numbers?
Okay, yeah, definitely that is kind of shady. It kind of makes them seem like they care more about fame than talent, as you said.
Mhm.
And and I kind of suspect that a lot of this is caused by social media. like what we said earlier about how the more we get on social media, the more our attention spans decrease. And soon enough, people just look for fame, people look for shock value, people look for sex appeal and looks. They don't care about quality, you know?
Mm.
So
Mhm.
maybe so now maybe we can get into a little bit about how social media has definitely changed the trajectory of the music industry, especially with the rise of platforms like TikTok.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to add something to that because I feel like a hypocrite for even doing this podcast right now. Because as a musician, I started out by posting singing videos on TikTok, right? And that didn't really gain that much of an attention or views. So my management actually pushed me to do things like challenges on TikTok and stuff, and I did really bad, dumb shit. And this is a video of me doing something. That is why I feel like I'm a hypocrite because I can't agree to the point that I'm even saying. But yeah, moving on.
Social media is not like entirely a bad thing because like many musicians also started out from their social media and they're actually doing great. Like this one guy, he's a rapper. It's called Rich Brian, if you ever heard of him. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
so he started out by uploading his content on YouTube, and it actually went big. It helped him to find a community that actually likes his kind of music. And like until now, he made it big. He's signed under 88 Rising, and like it's got millions of views. And actually, like, yeah, that's why social media is not entirely a bad thing. It's actually helping musicians also to get the exposure they need.
Mm.
That's
Good for
true. So
him.
we can definitely see how social media has changed the way people pursue a music career. Like, let's look at some local musicians, for example, like Dato Siti Nurhaliza. She got famous before the rise of all these major social media platforms, right?
Right.
And as well as Yuna, who is a little bit more recent. So we can definitely look at those two as a comparison of how music careers started before and after social media. Puvin actually knows a little bit about the journey of these two musicians, right?
Yeah, I mean it's good that how you actually made a comparison between Siti Nurhaliza and Yuna. That's a really good comparison because Siti Nurhaliza actually received her first international winning from an international singing competition, and it was held in China, and it's called Shanghai Music Festival, and it was held in 1999. Like
Oh, I
yeah,
remember.
it's been a while, and she managed to win a gold award, and that is how she actually got famous and got known. um, Whereas Yuna, her initial exposure actually came through the viral success of her uploading her music on MySpace, and that hit like millions of streams on MySpace, and that is how she got exposed to the music industry and she got signed under big labels. But if you realize something that Yuna actually had a community in MySpace. She already had the group of people who actually listens to her, which makes a lot easier for Yuna to add on that rank of fame because when she performs live, because she also goes to open mics and she performs there, but she already had the crowd before her launching her career as an artist because she already had the community. So can
Mm.
you
Sorry,
see the
did,
difference?
yeah, how did Dato Siti Nurhaliza get to fame again?
The competition.
So she did a bunch of like singing competitions and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and that basically hit. I really like how you actually compare. Like, I mean, I like the fact that you brought up Siti Nurhaliza and Yuna, and you made a comparison because both of them came from a really different era. And as for Siti Nurhaliza, right, she received her first international winning from an international singing competition that was held in China. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Shanghai Music Festival, and it was held around 1999, so it's like way back then. And she actually managed to win a golden award. But that is not her first hit though. She actually participated in so many competitions, and basically this was the hit, and this was the reason why she starts getting recording deals and she became big. And there's countless of awards that she got after that. And whereas Yuna's initial exposure actually came through the viral success of the music uploadings on MySpace, which is it's basically a social media platform where she uploads her music and she received millions of plays and streams, and that is how she got famous, and that is how she could start getting recording deals. But Yuna also participated in competition, but it didn't went well. But she had the goods to back it up because she already had the audience. She already had a community on MySpace. So when she performs live, she's it's easy for her to add up the rank to the fame because she already had the people with her. Whereas Siti Nurhaliza did not have that. She had to start
Mhm.
everything from the scratch because there were no social media presence for Siti Nurhaliza.
Where did Yuna go for the competitions?
Yuna participated in the competition called 1 Million, and it was held in Malaysia. But she actually flew overseas, including Siti Nurhaliza, is because I feel like their art was not really appreciated here in Malaysia.
Mm. But I definitely see the difference between the two, whereby Dato Siti Nurhaliza, she had to go to so many different competitions, and I assume they're all over the world. And people, and if you compare that with Yuna's journey, it's not just that she had to work more and do more things. She needed a lot more money, right? You need to travel to all these places. Whereas
True.
for Yuna, like it's free to post things on the internet.
True.
So this too is definitely like a clear distinction about how people can rise to fame in different ways now. It's easier, and in a sense it comes with a lot of its own pros and cons now with social media.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, right? Um, this artist actually fly overseas. For an example, like how Yuna flew to the US and she started her career there, and that's when Malaysians starts appreciating Yuna because she already had the international success, and that is really really sad that the Malaysians value
Mhm.
the international success over local talents, and that is really really sad.
True. That's true because when you look at Lee Pei-ling, for example, I don't know if you guys remember her. She was for Kevin and Glory, since you
Mhm.
guys are international students,
Mhm.
when we were about in about 2016 or 2017, we had this local girl called Lee Pei-ling,
Mhm.
and I think she was doing some competitions locally. I'm not sure, but she didn't get any fame in Malaysia until she flew to China and sang at their competitions. So it's definitely apparent how local Malaysians, they don't value our local talent until we bring it to other countries. So that's also probably why many people go overseas for the clout. That makes a
True.
lot of sense.
Okay, but like, why do people like choose to go overseas? Like, okay, they're not appreciated here, but doesn't mean like it's like they need to go elsewhere to be appreciated. Like, actually, why?
Like what Stephen and Carol said earlier, like they are appreciated in Malaysia, so they flew overseas before they get recognized back on Malaysia, right? I think it's because the other countries, the Western, for example, are more open towards all kind of culture. Like they aren't restricted to any of this thing in that's normal in Asian country, for example. Like they have different culture, different mannerism, stuff like that. Mostly it's the sexual appeal, right? Because the famous thing is like that. Like yeah, it's the different in culture that when you realize that people will start to think that it's better for them to go to overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also like adding on to what Gloria just said about restrictions. If you guys realize, like Malaysia radio stations they censor a lot of words in the songs. Like
It's true.
just just normal songs, like with words that involves, sorry, lyrics that involve alcohol or like profanity. Okay, profanities I get it, but like alcohol, wine, and like little things like that, they actually restrict. And not only that, but they also restrict artists. For an example, you don't hear Lady Gaga songs. You don't hear the only song that you listen from Lady Gaga songs is like Shallow. It's because it's a
I hear some Lady
international.
Gaga songs.
You don't. Okay.
Mm.
Do
Okay,
you
the last song I heard on the radio from her was like Just Dance, but then that was like a million years ago.
exactly? It's
So
because
old.
things change. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
I
is a
never heard
Born
about her
This Way?
again.
Yeah,
Okay,
and where is Born This Way album? And where is Chromatica? Where is all those albums gone, right? It's because not only that they censor the words, but they actually have this sort of view or narrative about these artists and they actually ban them. So that is why artists actually go overseas because they appreciate the art and they also appreciate the values that they actually teach.
yeah, speaking about censorship, we can definitely see how our Malaysian censorship board restricts a lot of things, not just in music, but did you guys see that recent backlash of Malaysia banning the Lightyear film? The
Lightyear.
Oh my god.
Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, the toy movie?
Bruh.
Children?
Oh,
Yeah. Is it
oh,
banned here
oh.
too? Because like it was also banned in Indonesia.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Mm.
like I don't really know why. It's also
I
quite
Are you
viral.
don't
serious?
They
Yeah,
ban a kids
actually,
movie. Like why?
actually, it was banned in like 14 countries by now. 14.
why? Did
Do
they
you
give
know
a
why?
What?
reason?
No? It's
Uh,
because there is a character, right? A girl. A girl,
uh-huh.
she has a relationship, but the relationship is with another girl. Basically, the law didn't allow them to show that kind of stuff. Like, they show only a brief kissing skin between the two girls. The law isn't allowed to show that. So, like, they're banning the movie because of that.
Why
But,
am I not surprised?
yeah, I'm not too,
I'm
honestly.
Of
surprised, but
course it is. Of course it is. Of course that's the reason.
I actually have a question regarding that to Glory and Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not sure when, but I believe that Lady Gaga was banned from entering Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember like a few years back when even like they banned her from entering the country. Like they did some
Mm-hmm.
did some riot
Demonstrations.
shits.
Mm.
Yeah, they were actually burning up her pictures. They
Yeah, they
literally burned
told
her
her to put
pictures
herself.
and they call her the demon and Iblis.
Yeah,
Honestly,
they
Mm.
low-key
treat her
flattering.
like a terrorist or something.
Honestly,
It's just
low-key flattering. If a bunch of people
yeah,
gathered, they started like putting up my pictures and shit. I would feel like a god, you know, like they're praying to me.
but they are burning your
Thank you,
pictures, you
my
know.
Yeah,
my
they're burning your
cousin.
picture. They're literally
The thing is
crossing
that they
your
were
picture.
burning, and I
Yeah,
was
they're burning your
offended
picture.
They're
because I'm
crossing
a
it,
little
telling
more.
you to go to hell.
They treat you like some kind of terrorist.
Yeah,
Sure.
and
Yeah, like
that
some
is
kind of demon.
And it's
Kingdom come.
guys.
and I heard
Guys,
it's like it's because some kind of conspiracy about her being some kind of members of the Illuminati or something. Some
Oh god.
stupid
It's only
reason.
a rumor, right? A rumor.
Yeah, it's just like some
A
conspiracy.
rumor.
That's so funny.
okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this now. I'm part of the Illuminati. Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
okay, well, with that being said, how does this actually affect the youths?
All right. Of everything that we've spoken today about how social media has definitely changed the way not just we view music, but we view everything in general. How do you guys think that this affects people like us today, our generation of people? Because honestly, from my point of view, I would definitely say that this is definitely making our generation a lot more superficial than we already are. When social media came up, especially Instagram, people started caring so much about how they look. So this was already an issue, but now that music labels or entertainment labels and studios, now that they're reinforcing this message that only good-looking people can become famous, only good-looking people can be signed with our label, this just reinforces that message that we need to look good, that you don't need to have talent. And then slowly people will just won't prioritize being good at things, having hobbies and having passions. People will just prioritize looking good, being popular. And then eventually we'll just create an entire generation of just talentless people. But at least we look good, right? Even though we can't do shit.
Yeah, and like just for an example, right? This has nothing to do with the music industry, but like it's similar to the entertainment industry, which is modeling. So the brand Balenciaga, they actually had a new couture fashion show, and it's basically a runway show, right? But they had people like Kim Kardashian. Okay, no shade, no tea, no shade. I love the Kardashians. I worship them, but she walked, Nicole Kidman walked, and Dua Lipa walked. My question is like, why them? Is it because that they have so much of social power? Because Kim just literally walked the runway show like she's holding a piss. Like she was literally just walking with her Botox face. That's how she looked like, honestly. So that is basically them stripping away the real models and like their opportunity to shine. Where's the Kim? Oh yeah, yeah. Look, this is how Kim walked. Wait, look.
Ah. Oh my god.
You know what she said? She's looking for avocado.
She looks like she had a gun on her back,
Yeah,
like she's being
that,
threatened. You walk.
I
That's
cannot. Yeah.
true. You better walk, bitch.
You better walk.
So if you're looking back to the music industry, it's the same thing, where you can relate to because someone has clout, someone looks
Mhm.
good, they can they get the opportunity to perform and to get deals, but the real talent is just sitting there doing nothing.
So I think like the situation is really bad because like the people with real talents that doesn't fit to the beauty standards now, that people that doesn't look good will actually be discouraged from pursuing their career, their music career.
To add on to that, like the consumers, I mean, they won't even focus on the main thing anymore, which is the music industry. Even though it's called music, they just search for the looks, the face of someone that they like, and then that all kind of stuff, but not their work. Uh, it's just music isn't even the main point in here anymore.
Wait, what just Gloria just said looks this affects how does this actually affect the mental health of the youth these days because the looks are prioritized and valued.
Mhm.
These celebrities and influencers are pushing this false narrative over these young kids by saying that we look like this because we work hard and we are working out, we're taking this much of a supplement to look this way. No, that is a lie. You're basically, having a lot of surgery. You have to undergo knives to look that way.
Even one of the former Victoria's Secret model actually talked about it. She said that before the shows, in order for her to be in that really unhealthy way, she had to like take a cotton ball, like a sterilized cotton ball. She had to dip it in like curry or whatever that she likes and swallow the cotton ball. So once the cotton ball gets in, it will expand, which means you won't feel hungry. So there's
Mm.
no calorie, there's no fats, nothing, but you just won't feel hungry. So it's basically to tighten up the hunger. Can you see how unhealthy that is?
Can you even eat cotton?
Sorry.
Can you even eat that cotton thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Are you
I
even
mean like
allowed to?
how will your body handle like consuming
I want to
that thing,
know
you know?
too.
I want to
I
know,
Can you
but
can
that
you like poop
actually,
it out?
I hope one of those social media doctors actually reviews this and then they make a study of eating
Um,
content throughout the
my
years.
my mom is a doctor. She will get furious if I tell her that.
You should ask her. You should be like, what
Yeah,
would happen if I eat
Oh,
Uh,
she will.
cotton?
She will be like,
call her
"What
now.
the
Call her
fuck are
now.
you talking about?"
yeah, exactly. And by swallowing cotton balls, you'll get stuck in part of your, I don't know, organs, and
Yeah.
then later on you'll have organ failures, this and that, just because you prioritize your looks that much.
So, guys, looks like we are coming to an end. So, to wrap this whole thing up, what word of an advice would you give? Like,
To
do you
anyone?
guys have a word of do you guys a word of advice to give?
Oh me.
Oh,
Uh,
go ahead.
yeah. From me, for people that have the interest in the musical sector, to not be discouraged by the change of time and just continue to chase after their dreams. If they truly want to be in the musical industry, they should continue to do their best that they can do and show the world that what you can do. Don't let anything outside of those musical things, fame, looks, or anything else let you away from your dream. You want to be known for what you think your talents are in music, not what you look like or what dumb stuff you do. No. Sure, it will become your trademark, but don't let that become the only thing to say about you. Okay,
So
next.
from me, since at this point, like it's inevitable that the industry is changing drastically, is it, to that direction. And I think that artists should be more creative on their approach, and they should adapt to the changes that are occurring right now, like actually without compromising themselves, like before straying away from their path. But they need to be more creative to attract uh more attention to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd say for me, my advice would be to people like me. I'm not looking to become a musician. I'm not looking to enter the industry in whatever way. My advice is towards media consumers like me. All we do is watch these things unfold without really participating. My advice would be mindful and very aware of all the media that you consume, all the music that you listen to, all the films that you watch. Be very mindful of all the messages that you constantly ingest on a daily basis. You never really notice or realize how much social media and the internet and the film industry and basically any media in general, you never really notice how much it changes you, how much it shapes your perception, how much it shapes
Mm.
your mindset. So you should definitely very be careful about the things that you let into your mind, basically. That would
Mm.
Agree.
be my advice.
Mine would be from, you know, heart to heart musician talk. Don't ever let the industry shape you, and like be true to who you are as an artist and continue making your art. Be true to yourself and be original. Don't let the industry to shape you, because the moment you let the industry to shape you, you will get into a lot of things that you don't want to get into, and you'll stray away from your originality. And lastly, if your ultimate goal is fame, then it is time for you to rethink your purpose.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and I believe that you guys got something out of this. And thank you for Glory and Kevin for being a part of this podcast, and thank you, Carol, for co hosting with me. Bye, guys.
For
Bye.
listening,
Thank you, guys.
watching. Bye.